Hello and welcome to my channel. If you'd like to come to my live Sunday night meetings or have a private session with me, you can subscribe via my website. Let's get radical. Yeah. Let's get radical. Let's not cancel anything. But let's not include anything either. All there is, and that's not all there is, but I don't know how to say it. What is only you. There's never anything but what is for you. And that's it. There's only that. And that in itself has got so many implications, possibly, or no implications at all, depending on what your universe is. To me, the implication is that it just blows the doors off. Teachings, scriptures, the news, you name it, it's always closing doors, all the time. And you always got to look for this in your own experience, because that's all there is. All there is what is for you. Has there ever been anything else? Is there anything else but what is right here? Because what happens is we try to get to a different what is, like something has to happen, for instance, or I have to align myself with something. Aligning oneself with something is literally just moving into lockstep with someone else's teaching or someone else's philosophy. It always is. It's always the same. Doesn't matter what it is. Any philosophy, any idea, any narrative of any kind is always falling into lockstep with that narrative. Because it feels safe to do that, you see. Because then you don't have the implication of all there is what is, which is me being here. That's all there is. That is for the psychology that needs that lockstep, that needs that feeling to fit in or be accepted or whatever it is. That can be completely terrifying sometimes. But it literally rips the rug from underneath the feet. It opens all the doors. The implications are massive, beyond words. And it means that, well, that I can dance the dance of life without having to go into lockstep with other people. Which is freedom, which is free. It's not even freedom, it's just free. Freedom is the word freedom. I wonder what the etymology is of freedom. It's just free. You must take the dom off the end. Dom, what's dom mean? Domain. Domicity? Domicile? Dominated? I don't know what the dom means. But let's remove it and just say it's just free. And then as this life, as this creation, because we're a creation, aren't we? This has been created somehow, by some miraculous way. This life, this body, dumbass. This life, this body, and all the things that go on in it, all the crazy stuff that goes on in my life is creation. And I've always found that when there's a need to fit in, there's a need to sort of comply or be a certain way, look a certain way, talk a certain way, think a certain way, there's always a a discomfort in that. There's always a slight depression, not as in the black dog depression, but there's a depression, there's a pressure. Because depression means a pressure, isn't it? And when we're trying to find a way to a different this, the this that's meant to be, that's a pressure, it's a depression. It slams the lid on, or closes the doors, and means that it's not free. It's a prison, it's a trap. And we trap ourselves by thinking that this should be different. That doesn't mean enjoying yourself, trying to make your house look better or get a better job or, those sorts of things. I'm not talking about that. The idea that this experience should be a different way, that I should be a different way, that I should be experiencing life in a different way to what is. It's a trap, it's a loop. And it's a catch-22 situation. One of the good examples of that was when I was in Brighton and I was giving a talk, and someone asked me what I did in my spare time. And I do many things in my spare time. But one of the things I like to do is gaming, as you know. And they said, oh, that's not good. That's not a thing you should be doing. It's like, do you think that this should be a certain way? Should this look a certain way? Is there a conformity that needs to be adhered to in order for this to fulfill the requirements of what freedom looks like? Well, there are no requirements to what is free, because this is free. But we can fall into the trap of thinking it's not free. And then we get into that catch-22 situation. And we're trying to get out of that loop as well. And all it is a loop. It's a thought loop. It's nothing more. It's all it is. It's not a contraction that's being injected into you at 3 years old. Some magical contraction that can only magically disappear by some magical event. No, it's literally a thought pattern. It's nothing more than a thought pattern. If you find and think that it's something else, I'd like to hear about it, and we can look at that. But in my experience, I used to be in that loop. I realised it's just a thought pattern. That's all it is. It's so simple. All the prisons we find ourselves in, however subtle, are all programs. Nothing more.